We are wrestling.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast. We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling Podcast.
You're watching We Are Wrestling.
I'm the host with the most.
You are by far the least intelligent. Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie, might teach you a thing or two.
What is going on, We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide? Ben here, one half of the We Are Wrestling Podcast.
If you ain't listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast, bro, you're missing out. The king listens, and you need to too, bro.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
We Are Wrestling Podcast.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on? We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide. Ben here, Rage Circus, Uncle Ben, America's favorite uncle, and Wrestling's Punching Bag. And today we are joined by our third. What's going on, man?
Ricky Williams, a.k.a. Ricky Knows Best, a.k.a. 93 Till Infinity, a.k.a. the co-host with the most. Shout out to the best one and the uncle of the year.
That's right. So this week, guys, we have a lot of outside WWE news. So what better way to bring in Ricky Knows Best? He had 2 segments last week, and this week it probably would have been a lot more if he wasn't here. We figured we would have all 3 of us because this is our first time doing all 3 of us for the podcast. But before we get into this great episode we have lined up for you guys, if you're not, We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're listening to the podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real.
What in the world? What?
Mohammed Hassan, man. We put him over last week, so I wanted to give him a little shout out.
Yes, we did.
Well, I probably missed the episode. I probably missed.
How you good, bro?
Hey, you're good, man. Which we know why you missed your episode, because it was somebody's birthday. So, Ricky, how was your birthday, man?
Yeah, man.
It was good. It was solid. Like, it was just a chill, relaxed day. I went out with a few friends, and then I just relaxed the rest of the day. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
I just made 31. 31. When you guys get here, you'll understand.
I got a long way to go, thank God.
Don't matter, man. Like,
you'll get there.
You're gonna be there soon. Ben will be 30. He'll be 30 in a minute. He'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ricky, it's better to be 31 than 50 years old like old school Phil.
Yeah.
He's only in his
that's
40s.
how old he is? I didn't even know.
No, he's only in his 40s.
40s or something.
Yeah, I know. I'm just stirring the pot.
Oh, yeah.
Old ass bitch.
So Ben, how's your week been?
It's been good, man. Like I said, we did some rebranding finally. I have official new logos, new cover shit for the Rage Circus channel. Doing a weird transition. Like, I'm becoming more of a streamer now than I am a reactor. So it's like I'm listening to a lot of music on Twitch. I'm playing a lot of games on Twitch. I'm an affiliate, so I'm monetized on there now. I got mad subs, and just today alone, 23 people subbed out of the 187 that I have, and I've gained over 12 subscribers in 5 days. So I mean, not bad, man. Not bad. It's been working a working a little bit.
A blessing.
I love that for you, man, because
it's growing.
You always enjoyed gaming, and you always enjoyed being a content creator. And I always felt like you should have done that. And I'm glad you're finally streaming. So guys, if you want to go check it out,
multicultural too.
Go over to Twitch.
Absolutely.
Check
Rage
it out.
Circus on Twitch. I appreciate the compliment, by the way, Ricky. Thank you.
You're very multicultural. A lot of stuff that we talk about, you say it before I do. I'm like, somewhat, I finally understand somebody that understands what I be talking about sometimes. But
Mhm.
I just say it in another way, but I'm glad you understand that for the time. Donnie knows too. Donnie knows.
Let's do it.
He just says it differently, but he knows.
Yes, sir. Which my week, I gotta say, has been pretty solid. Nice, solid week. It's
Hell yeah.
Cobra Kai just came out. I know I'll be watching it after this podcast comes out on Friday, so I'm very excited about that.
I watched The
And
Boys tonight.
let's just say, I might as well. Ooh, I'm just gonna say it right here. This is like one of my biggest highlights of the week. So I'm gonna be going to Fanatic Fest in New York City,
Okay.
and I am going to be meeting the best in the world, CM Punk. And I am so excited for this, which,
Yeah.
believe it or not, like that weekend is going to be super busy for me because the Friday, August 16th, I'm going to be going out to Terrificon at Mohegan Sun to meet Samoa Joe and Martin Love, who plays John Kreese in the Karate Kid / Cobra Kai series. And then on Saturday, I got to travel from Mohegan Sun to New York City for Fanatic Fest, meeting CM Punk, and then coming home. And then I got to travel back to Mohegan Sun with my fiance to go see Shane Gillis, which I'm excited
Jesus
about that too. So it's
Lord,
going to be
bro.
a busy weekend, let alone
Sounds it.
a busy month in August too.
Yeah, August is a crazy fucking month, man. Yeah.
Workhorse schedule.
So do you want to know how much money I spent on CM Punk?
Yeah, I would like to know. How much money did you spend, Don? Hold on,
So
hold on. Wait. Drum roll. You want me to drum roll it?
Drum roll it. $973.
What the fuck? What are you paying for? I know the name, but like what? Pause.
The Marco.
Motherfucker,
You're crazy for that.
Can I explain myself before I keep getting flamed here? On
That's
this
rent money
podcast?
right there, man.
Oh my god, that's more than my
That's rent money right there.
Oh my god, Donnie.
Go ahead, though. Explain. Go ahead.
All right, so I do want to say this: CM Punk is sold out now. So, Cam Van Dam, Creepy Cam, he cannot beat CM Punk, and I told him to go into the pre-orders, and he didn't listen to me. So now he's missing out on him. CM Punk, I purchased 5 Premier autographs and a pro photo op.
That makes
Yo,
sense.
how much you want for one of those autographs, homie? How much you want for one of those autographs, homie?
I plan on getting some of my AEW figures signed of Punk,
Hell
and
yeah.
I feel like he's not going to be happy when I give him like 3 or 4
Bro,
AEW figures. But
He
hey,
signed a fucking
I'm getting some
WWE
stuff
championship belt while he was in AEW at a signing. So I mean, hey, I don't think he's gonna say anything. I think he's gonna stay silent.
but I'm doing it to get my collection completed. CM Punk has been one of my all-time favorite guys, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I've been saving for this, so very excited about it.
Does he have a new figure for WWE yet?
So here's the thing I'm mad about. So
Okay.
one of my favorite collections that I like to keep mint on card, I'm sure you guys have seen it in my studio. They're called the WWE Defining Moments.
Yes, I have.
And CM Punk, they have a pipe bomb figure of him that's coming out late September. So I can't get it signed.
Pipe bomb.
But I do have one of his rare figures from Money in the Bank 2011, WWE Elite 16. I am going to get signed, so I am excited about that. But I'm trying to get all those defining moments signed, so I am disappointed that it's going to be coming out a month later.
Bro, I'm saying this right now. If I could find a way, and I honestly might find a way, if I could get like a statue made, like a small like statue, like about this big, this wide, if I could find a way to get even if it's 3D printed, like an actual thing of CM Punk like just sitting there with the microphone about to like do the pipe bomb, I would fucking display that shit and get it signed.
I feel like they have to have like bobbleheads and stuff like that having it signed. Oh, definitely. Because that is such a defining moment.
That is the defining moment in his WWE career, was that fucking pipe bomb, bro.
So now with that being said, let's get into the power of the poll. every week we recommend all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs that are listening or watching this go to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel in our community tab, because every week we ask you guys something and we give you 1 week to vote, even though this one came out a couple days late. So yeah, this was not probably the best power of the poll, but last week we asked you guys if you were in Dirty Dom shoes, what would you do? A lot of you guys agreed, going with Mommy over Liv. Ricky, who would you go over? Liv or Mommy if you were in Dirty Dom shoes?
This one, the story been a little 50-50 for me right now, but based on what I seen last Monday, I think Dirty Dom is gonna turn.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
He's gonna
definitely.
turn. Rhea's pushing him away, and then
No, but I'm saying here, Ricky, so here's what I'm trying to say. If you're Dirty Dom right now and you're in this sticky situation where you've been kind of we've been fooling around a little bit with Liv Morgan, like behind Mommy's back, are you going to try to go try to get Mommy's forgiveness, or are you just going to go after Liv Morgan? What would you do?
Oh, I'm getting on the ground for Rhea. I'm sorry, I can't. That's a different type of heat. I'm not doing it. Nope. I'm taking Rhea. I'm sorry. Liv, she's just a Barbie. Rhea, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. That's somebody you need. The Barbies is for the streets. The keepers is in the sheets.
That's a good one. I like that, Ricky. Ricky spitting knowledge. But
Ricky
this
knows.
week,
Ricky knows
we
best.
asked the We Are Wrestling Maniacs, which pro wrestlers do you think have the best dance moves? And the 4 options were Fandango, Too Cool, Brodus Clay, or 3 Count. So, Ben, you want to hit the drum roll for the results? And here it is, the power of the poll. 13% of you guys picked Fandango, 6% of you picked Brodus Clay, 4% of you picked 3 Count, and 77% of you guys picked Too Cool.
Dude, if Dusty Rhodes is not on that list,
my bad. You know why they picked Too Cool? Everybody remembers the Attitude Era. Nobody else has another reason why they couldn't pick anybody else. The Attitude Era, everybody remember Too Cool. Like we know Too Cool. So
Scotty Dottie was one of my favorites.
But on top of all of that, like everybody was gonna pick them because of the Attitude Era. We watched it growing up. Like everybody else, they watched it, but Too Cool, not consistently like them. That's the reason everybody picked Too Cool.
So Ben, what were you saying about Dusty Rhodes?
My bad, Ben.
No, you good, bro. I was just gonna say, if Dusty Rhodes is not on that list, it's got to go to Too Cool. 100%. It has to go to Too Cool. Like it just their dance
Dusty should
segments
have been on there.
Their dance segments, bro, were just next level because they got mad people we never thought were gonna break it down in that fucking ring to break it down in that fucking ring, and it was all fantastic. You got to see characters get broken in that fucking segment just because it was fun for the audience and everybody was vibing to it, dude. Early 2000s, late 90s, man, dude, Too Cool was the goats of any kind of fucking pop culture entertainment, bro. Nobody has been able to be a part of a funky ass fucking stable, and they tried doing it with 3MB, but it was just dumb, stupid, and fucking failed. Too Cool will never be replicated again.
Also, one of the coolest moments I feel like with Too Cool was the Royal Rumble 2000, when like in the middle of the match, it was only them 3 in the ring. They all break it down, and then Rikishi throws their asses over the top rope.
Yeah,
love that moment.
You knew shit was going down
teams.
when you saw this shit. You knew shit was going down, bro. Shit was about to pop.
I will say this: I'm kind of mad that Fandango and Brodus Clay got more votes than 3 Count. I am actually not happy about the results for 3 Count. They deserve more love, I feel like, in the wrestling community. So underrated.
The casuals came in for that one. That's why. They don't know enough.
I feel like I'm like the only like 4% that voted for 3 Count. Just the troll. I couldn't let them have 0%. I had to vote for them once. But
So
obviously, Too Cool had the best dance moves. It was just a perfect time when they were doing it, and it was great.
Donnie stepped in. He's like, nah. I
will say this, though. Daniel Garcia should have been on here, too.
Yeah,
because his dance has been really over in AEW.
That shit.
Yeah,
You're just stepping up.
but I will read some comments because there were some pretty good comments that I do want to talk about here before we move forward.
Super.
We had one comment saying right in Club Venus.
Club Venus.
So
Like Val
pretty
Venus?
much, yes.
Okay. Oh, just
Basically Val Venus, and then somebody also said Fandango is a joke.
so random. Just Fandango is a joke.
Fandango is a joke.
Best fucking wrestlers and one of the safest in the ring. He has saved countless lives in the ring, bro, and from injury.
Absolutely. Fandango, massively underrated.
Hell yeah.
But if you guys want to be a part of the power of the poll, all you got to do is go to the We Are Wrestling community tab and vote on what we have for next week's show, which is already out. So if you guys do want to cast your votes, go right ahead. Community tab, We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. But now let's get into the highlight of the week when it comes to the pro wrestling world. Ricky, we obviously know what yours is. MJF whooping Will Ospreay's ass.
Bull crap. Bull crap. Bull crap. Bull crap.
We'll start
Bull
this off.
crap.
We'll start this off with Ben. What's your highlight of the week in the wrestling world?
So my highlight of the week, and it might be random, but maybe not, depending on how you guys feel. The promo interaction between fucking Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley was something out of fucking grace. Like, everything about both of their fucking responses were not only authentic, the promo and mic skills and execution of the acting was all fucking there. Rhea Ripley, can I just fucking talk about just how flawless she was on that mic? And then even just the little fucking, the smile and just the wave into the camera right after the fucking promo got done, after she got done burying Dirty fucking Dom, and even took that little hit on the chin after the fucking teleprompter with Liv. She still sold that shit. Both of them, big kudos. Feels like a big fucking custody match over Dominic all over again and the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm very...
What's funny is that custody of Dom ladder match happened at SummerSlam. So now we're getting another custody of Dom match.
And it's fucking hilarious. And he's actually going to go towards the dark side this time. And honestly, it's so fun. And that's amazing how they're taking the pass, like with Eddie Guerrero coming with the bouquet of fucking flowers of roses for China. They had him come out with the black rose for fucking the modern day China. Like, dude, there is nothing about this fucking storyline that I'm not invested in. I fucking love all of this. This is one of the first, like, sexually charged, I guess you could say, like, emotional fucking storylines that's building that feels big. Like, this is going to be a spectacle match. This is going to be one of the must-see matches of fucking SummerSlam. I'm telling you, bro.
Totally have to agree with you. Ricky, what's your highlight of the week in the wrestling world?
All right. I'm
MJF
okay. I'm gonna get to it.
Will Ospreay's ass.
I'm getting to it.
You're gonna get
Will Ospreay and MJF literally had match of the year last night. I'm going to say that again. Will Ospreay and MJF had match of the year last night. 59 minutes. An hour, literally. An hour.
They did an hour?
I didn't think MJF...
1 hour, Ben.
Let me do it like this.
MJF beat him 2 seconds before the draw.
It was a classic. Like, that's match of the year.
MJF's the GOAT, Ben.
Anyway, Ben, ignore that. Anyway.
Yeah.
The man had to literally cheat because he couldn't beat the god. How does that work? Your so-called GOAT has to cheat to beat my GOAT. How does that sound? But I'm getting off topic here. You
want to talk about cheating real quick. Hold on a minute. I'm going to stop you there. Will Ospreay let a little girl hit MJF during the match? That's a disqualification, technically. So you want to talk about cheating? She hit MJF so hard in the ribs that this dude had to wear an oxygen mask after his win.
What a fucking G. That fucking kayfabe is fire, bro.
Anyway, let me finish what I was saying.
Out here looking like Mermaid Man.
Anyway, let me finish what I was saying because I'm trying to be emotional right now. I let my anger out last night. That was match of the year. Shout out to MJF, though. I'm not a hater. But the man literally had to cheat to win, like he always does. But MJF, he hold on. MJF, he did his thing. I'm not going to lie. They both stole the show. After that match, if you were watching Dynamite, nobody cared about the rest of the show. I'm sorry. Like they cared somewhat, but after that match, they're like this. Oh yeah. The energy was out the building after that match. Everybody was like, "Yeah, let's just finish the show while we can." Because
Honestly, I
everybody,
can back you up on that watching it. I
Huh?
agree. I agree with you on that.
nah, everybody's like this. Well, we already paid to get in here, so we might as well finish the show. But the energy was literally out of the building after that match. They're like, "Okay, let's just finish this. We already paid to get in here." And MJF, this is the best you looked. That Bryan Danielson match switched to number 2. This is your best match. Thank Will Ospreay. Thank him. He gave you your groove back. You had to turn a heel to get your groove back. You had to ask my favorite to help you get your groove back. You're better than him. Please, boy, get out of here. Like I said, I'm keeping this short and sweet.
He's got the gold, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Tony Khan is on that Liu Kang. He was on that Liu Kang. That fire.
Oh,
you got that stuff on it with the fire.
God.
This is Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 put together. Tony Khan. Never mind, man. Like I said, let me get back to it because I ain't trying to get you here all night.
All right,
Will Ospreay and MJF match of the year. That was my highlight of the week and match of the year.
It was such a good match. Like, all jokes aside, really enjoyed it. Watched it for the full hour, and it was just great storytelling. And that's something that's just missing with AEW. MJF and Will Ospreay, they both have it. So of course they created magic. But my highlight of the week, I think, Ben, you're going to be surprised with this one.
Really?
It's got to be the segment on Monday Night Raw with Damian Priest and Gunter.
See, I felt
Underrated.
I am impressed with Damian Priest since
I am too.
Money in the Bank. Like, he's finally molding himself into a main event guy.
I have a
Doing it
question.
right,
I had a
too.
question for you. I had a question for both of you. Matter of fact, let me side question. Do you think Priest is finally learning too late? Because
Yes.
he's going to lose the belt to Gunther probably, but is he learning too late a little bit?
I think he's finally starting to pick up momentum, and I think a lot of it had to do with beating Seth Rollins and beating him sort of clean. Even though CM Punk interfered, cost Drew mostly. Having Damian have a competitive match with Seth and not have the Judgment Day involved and really starting to build up some credibility, I think, has really helped him. I feel like this transition from being a heel to a babyface has been just smooth. So smooth. And I think with Gunter and Damian, what I feared was having a heel versus heel match because, in my opinion, those just don't work, especially for a world championship title build. I think that in this case, they definitely, especially bringing up Damian Priest's upbringing, I think really made the storyline a lot more interesting. And I think Damian was holding his own on the mic against Gunter, who has also improved drastically as well. I was very impressed with both men. And this was and I think the reason I call this a highlight of the week for myself is because I was not looking forward to Priest versus Gunter at all on this card. I was not happy. But now I could say, they're actually doing a lot better than I thought they were gonna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that answer. That
Damian
you gave.
deserves his flowers.
Damian does deserve it.
I've given him a lot of shit
Yes,
in
you
the
have.
beginning of his world title run, and that is why I'm saying it right here. I think Priest might actually beat Gunter at SummerSlam.
You think
I
so?
don't think his reign's over yet.
I don't think it's over yet either. I think that Damian's going to actually I think he's going to overcome a lot of adversity. I think that officially his actual face turn starts at SummerSlam. I think that his title reign, I think, really kicks off at SummerSlam. I think he's going to have it for a couple more months after SummerSlam, and then he'll lose it by the end of the year to Gunther. I think it's going to be a build, a long-term story build between them two, not only for the sake of, fucking Gunther holding it. He's going to hold that title for over a year. We already know it. And they're going to do it for the fucking Netflix era. They're going to do it. They're pulling the trigger for then. But this is going to be good for Gunther because not only is Gunther going to put him over and kind of establish him as a big champion, because by defeating Gunther clean, that is so much fucking credibility added to your belt. That is so much, because Gunther is one of the best champions we've ever had in at least a decade, that has single-handedly taken a very dying breed of a title and putting it over the world heavyweight title at one point. Like that was the must-watch matches, were the IC title matches, not even the fucking Roman Reigns matches.
Yep.
So it's like if you can fucking beat him clean, your credibility as world champion is already cemented. The way he is holding himself now in all of his promos, no matter how much the fucking heels are right. Like Damian, he's not a great champion right now, but it's gonna change at SummerSlam. So I do have to agree with you, man. I really enjoyed.
It's starting to get better. I
enjoyed
really
the
think
promo.
So.
I
There's
enjoyed
hope.
the interaction. I enjoyed the promo. And I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I think it's really good for both guys right now, and I think that we're going to be creating something special for Damian.
In my opinion, I like what you said though, Ben. I agree 1,000. I agree with y'all 1,000%. But like, my thing is, depending on certain narratives, they're gonna say Priest is kind of a transitional champion, which I don't like at all. Like,
I don't fucking
think
like
he's
that at all
far
either.
above that.
But I feel like you can't say he's a transitional champion.
No, I can't say.
No,
I'm not saying it like that. But it's just like certain narratives will say it like that because Gunther, him getting that title is inevitable too at this point, and people have been advertising him to win it at SummerSlam. I know
Absolutely.
it's 50-50 right now because certain things are changing, but like a lot of people still pick Gunther, which I'm not mad at. But
I'm sorry for interrupting, but this is what I like right now is Damian with the World Championship. It's unpredictable as fuck.
It is.
When have we had an unpredictable champion?
Not
in a long time. Probably never.
This is why I'm very invested in Damian Priest right now because even him versus Rollins, I really thought Rollins was going to win.
Yeah.
And look
Yeah,
what
dude.
happened.
I was shook, honestly. I was kind of shook. I was like, wow, they really didn't pull the whole, the architect versus the in-ring general like I thought they were going to for a marquee match. But honestly, I'm not mad at it.
Me either.
I'm not mad either.
So with that being said now, let's get into the We Are Wrestling weekly recap for the We Are Wrestling podcast episode 117. Starting things off, some WWE champions hit some milestones this week. Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, and Bayley have reached the 100-day mark as champions. What's your thoughts on these title reigns so far, and where should we begin?
Bailey's run has been
same, bro.
It hasn't been memorable. No disrespect to Bayley, but it hasn't been memorable. It really hasn't to me.
I feel like all the SmackDown titles have been so.
Nope.
Except for Cody.
Yep. Yeah. Bayley, I'm sorry, but I got love for you, Bayley, but I don't know. I think it's time for you to drop it.
This is
not literally.
It's one of the worst friggin' title runs so far, and I hate that because Bayley is so talented. I thought the build-up going into WrestleMania with her and Io was so good, but now it's like since she won the championship, they really don't know what they're doing, and it's like you go to Monday Night Raw, look at the champions over there. I feel like they're all doing great except for the tag. I think the tag could do a lot better, but the women's world title is more prestigious. The Intercontinental is more prestigious, and even the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, the World Heavyweight Championship is doing good, but Cody's doing a great job on SmackDown.
Hell fucking
That's why I say some people are good chasing the titles, too. It depends on who you put. Certain people are good chasing the titles. Everybody, you don't need to have 40 world title reigns to be a great GOAT.
Totally agree. I just think that with Bayley's title run, it's just they haven't done anything, and it's disappointing. Just like the U.S. title, they haven't done anything with Logan Paul. He's been champ now past 250 days, 2 title defense. That is wild.
Thank you.
But I will say,
cheering it.
Thank you.
But here's what I want to say though about Cody Rhodes now. I'm gonna say this. I thought that he was only gonna be a good chasing the title guy. But I feel like this run that Cody Rhodes is on as champion, he finally got away from the finish the story narrative. And I think that he's doing great matches. I think the storylines that he's doing right now is really good. And I'm just very invested in what they have going on for him. And I think that his title run, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I wanna highlight what you just said, that he said he broke away from the finish the story narrative, where now he's writing the chapters narrative. Because he's dude has really like, I was scared at first, man. Like I was like, all right, he's the guy that we want. Where do we go from here now that he's done it? I was
because I
scared
thought
for a
like it was
minute.
going to be like a John Cena situation. Because remember when John Cena won the championship, everybody was happy about it. And then just about a year later, you had him throwing a shirt out at One Night Stand, people throwing it right back at him, and
Same thing
freaking
happened to
Cena's
Cody.
fucking chance.
Same thing happened to Cody in AEW with his belt. Like it's fucking uncanny how similar their fucking careers are in a lot of fucking ways.
Yeah, but the
And
fact
Cody
that Cody's
is
the
that
champ
guy.
right now and he's not getting that heat, great thing.
Cody
Great
is
thing.
following the same Cena morals because even fucking Cody said he's always made it like a point to stay behind, to always keep my fucking like, my wits about me, stay humble, like he is literally following the Cena path and it's feeling that way now. Cody will forever be cemented as a legend. Like as of winning that title and this title reign so far and what he has accomplished yet since fucking WrestleMania, hats off to the American Nightmare, man.
Yeah, Cody's reign has been solid to me too. I liked it. Could be a little better though, but like Donnie said, it's
Still
gonna
early.
start picking up from here on out.
Yeah.
Especially after the solo. Hopefully, the solos.
Roman coming back is going to catapult him because Cody's going to pin his ass clean. He's going to, because they're going to have a rematch. There's always a rematch clause.
Yeah.
But Roman,
You think that's going to neutralize? You think Roman return is going to neutralize Cody's victory?
No. And I say that because the way he's returning and the fact that he's catapulted on a different path right now and not in the main event scene, and they're not just going to give him the title again. This is his new story as the tribal chief, but on the good side of the fence. There is so many avenues you can take with that tribal chief without having to have him straight up dominate. You can have him take the humble L's. You can have him, gain the fucking support through everybody else. You can have him push these stories and these narratives, take the L's, and become that fucking face we wanted him to be for almost a decade. Like, he's at that point now where he can go on these nuanced storylines and he can do a lot more shit. And this is the Roman Reigns that Vince wanted to push. We just needed to take that 3-year detour to build him up.
I agree.
Who?
And I just want to say this about Roman Reigns. I think he's not going to go after Cody because there's a bigger problem going on, and that's Solo Sikoa and the new bloodline, because look what they did to his wise man. Yeah. I think Roman Reigns is going to tell Cody on the SmackDown he comes back, he's going to say, look, we're going to get in this ring, but I have unfinished business I need to handle. And I think that we're going to get the feud with him and the bloodline going probably until the Rumble. Reigns will probably enter the Royal Rumble, and Rock will screw him. And I think WrestleMania, Roman versus Rock, no championship. And then I think after he handles the Rock, then Roman will try to get himself back in the title picture.
I'm going to say this right now, though. I don't think
he doesn't need a championship.
I don't think he's coming back at SmackDown. I think he's coming back at SummerSlam.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying
he comes back like after.
Yes, because SummerSlam he's showing up. I think at the end of the show.
Episode. Yeah,
the end of the show,
and then the homecoming SmackDown, right?
Either during the match or after Cody wins. Solo, they're all going to be looking right at Roman at the stage, and that's how they're going to end the show.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I think it's going to be another CM Punk pop.
I can't wait.
I agree.
SummerSlam is going to be insane, bro. Because here's the only other thing. I only see him coming out and saving the day. I think that's more logical. Is Roman's going to come out, he's going to clear house, and then he's going to stand up at that ramp at the very end for that final just money shot.
Yep.
And if that's the case, dude, I'm letting you know this now. I'm going to be shit-faced drunk, and I'm going to be screaming. I'm telling you this right now. I'm warning all y'all right now watching this shit. It is going to be filled with profanity.
Which I do want to say this before we move on to our next recap. WWE SummerSlam watch along. We're going to be doing a huge watch along. We have lots of people coming over. It's going to be the biggest stream of the summer, Saturday, August 3rd. So if you guys are looking for somebody to watch this PLE with, we're going to be watching it, and it's probably going to be the most lit pro wrestling stream out there. So highly encourage you guys to join us. But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly recap. This past Monday on Raw, Rhea Ripley challenged Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. What's your thoughts on this match?
It's a money match right there. It's a money match right there. Highly anticipated.
That is the must-watch match so far that's getting hyped right now, other than the fucking Bloodline story, dude. I am invested after Monday's promos between both fucking women, dude. The women's revolution and the women's era is fucking thriving. Even Liv fucking Morgan, who was cringe with everything she did, is killing it on the mic, killing it in fucking
Oh, ever
vignettes,
since they
killing
put
it
her in this
promos.
little triangle with Dom, she has been killing it.
Oh, fuck, dude. Like, I've always been like a Liv Morgan supporter, but dude, she understands the assignment, dude. Triple H must be so fucking proud. Bo Dallas must be so fucking proud. Like, everybody that is involved.
Yeah, with Liv
producing-
Morgan, like, there's always been just something missing. And I feel like we finally figured it out.
This
Like,
should
she's
have
really
been
becoming like her own.
This should have been her first world title reign, period. But I'm not mad because she redeemed that fucking whack ass, whatever the fuck it was with Ronda Rousey, and really made herself a fucking staple in the women's fucking history of that world title. Well, Liv Morgan feels like world champion material right now. I'll say it. She feels like world champion material.
I agree. Honestly, I hope Liv doesn't lose this match because I want this storyline to continue. And I think it needs to go all the way to Bad Blood. And we need to put these two inside a Hell in a Cell.
Give me color.
And I think Dirty Dom, what's going to happen at SummerSlam, Dirty Dom is turning on Mommy, and he's going to be with Liv.
We're going to get that fucking smooch scene. I guarantee Rhea is going to be fucking like shackled or some shit to the fucking ropes. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
He's gonna have to over a woman.
Dom's going to cost her that match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dom is heading to the streets then, man. Dom is for the streets.
Dom clearly likes getting his back broken in, and he likes getting choked.
Dom, you're for the streets, buddy.
That's why Dom's always on the bottom.
So, Ricky, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think Liv retains, and Dirty Dom, he's going to turn on his mommy. And then the story will continue. Like, I'm intrigued by the story. I was actually intrigued by it. I actually watched it like 100 times Monday. That's how intrigued I was by the story, because
it was really good.
I understood all the angles. I understood the assignment, and I understood where they were going with it. And I understood all of the hidden angles, you would say.
Liv Morgan's really killing it though with this like home record character. Like she had her freaking white shirt all wet throughout the entire episode.
Oh my god, Liv is just
She's
on
killing
another fucking level. Like this is like what I'm talking about. Like turning Dom was a fucking blessing in disguise. Putting Liv in this story, blessing in disguise. Like, dude, we've been eaten for as WWE fans, not just wrestling fans. I'm just specifically talking about WWE right now. They have been on fucking fire, bro. Fire.
That's the thing, man, with WWE. I feel like the storytelling right now is on a whole nother level. It's just they need to get this PLE shit under control. That's the only problem they're having right now.
Tony Khan.
New era.
Tony Khan. Take notes, man. Take the notes.
Literally, Tony Khan like is killing it with the pay-per-views, but his shows suck. WWE, their shows are fantastic, but the PLEs could be better.
Unless it's one of the big fives. The big fives always thrive. It's everything else that's like the second tier ones that suck.
Yep.
And they got to fix it, which I will be doing that hot takes next week. I was supposed to do it this week. Didn't do it.
Life happens.
So guys, there will be a hot takes coming.
Yeah, Tony Khan.
The new era. Oh, I've done enough of those. I don't want to talk about Tony Khan on another hot takes, not for a little while.
My bad. I apologize, gentlemen. I apologize. I'm still
moving on now to our next recap. On Raw, we saw Pete Dunne attack Sheamus after the match with Bronson Reed. According to Fightful, the decision was made to have this feud happen due to Pete Dunne's tag partner, Tyler Bate, being sidelined for the rest of the year with a pec injury. What's your thoughts on this heel turn by Pete Dunne?
It made sense. And Sheamus and Pete Dunne, they got history. So they can bring that into play. And I think it's going to be a solid feud out of it. A lot of people are overlooking it. I wouldn't overlook this feud. I think it's going to be a very good feud. Not the best feud, but it's going to be a very good one, like a very underrated feud that people should not ignore or throw under the rug at all.
Hey, Ben, can I ask you something before you give your thoughts on this?
What up, bro?
Do you like Sheamus's new theme song?
I haven't heard it because I heard that they changed it again, and I just got sick of it because
I don't like it.
Rebel back at it again.
I
don't
just like
it.
why did they bring it back just to change it like a month later? Like I don't fucking understand, and I'm sick of fucking trying. So you know what? Whatever, whatever. We're not getting Broken Dreams back.
Oh, I miss those days. Miss those.
It's
days.
a very good feud, though. It's a very
Good
good
feud.
underrated feud. I think it's going to take off somewhat. Not all the way, but and I think Sheamus. I think he's declining a little bit. Respectfully saying that, I think he's declining a little bit. I'm sorry, Sheamus. I think
He's been declining
a
for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because like he reached his ceiling so early in his career, which
He's
is
got a
why
Hall of
like, I
Fame career.
can't get invested in him. Yes, he has had a Hall of Fame career. I love Sheamus. I don't want people to mix my words around, but he's just like hit his ceiling so early that it's just so hard to get excited over something Sheamus does, especially in 2024.
But the Gunther feud kind of revived him a little bit though. Like he was doing
like the only good thing he's done in the last like fucking like 10 years. It feels like.
Yeah.
Well, Sheamus, I got love for you, man. Like we ain't throwing no shots at you, man.
No.
My grandma, she loved Sheamus. She used to just say, "Redhead, that's the redhead on the TV."
Redhead.
But what's your thoughts on this, Ben? Did you watch this or no?
I saw it. I just what I feel about Sheamus is the same thing I feel about Pete Dunne. There's just like really not much there on the main roster. It's like he just doesn't fit, you know. No disrespect, you know, like you got there for a reason, but I've never been just sold into anything that Pete Dunne's ever done, other than the fact that he's just like some like fucking he's basically like the new Chris Benoit of like, you know, the Rabid Wolverine type shit. You know, I don't there's no personality, there's not a lot of substance there, you know. So I've never been like, damn, I can't wait to see this Pete Dunne fucking match. You know, every time New Catch Republic got on, I was ready to fucking take a nap, you know. I'm not
invested
sold
in New
on
Catch
it,
Republic.
dude. You know,
either.
like I'm just not into it, you know, like good on Pete Dunne for getting TV time when working with Sheamus. But I'm not into it, so like, there's not really much.
No,
but
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, Ricky. I know what you're like feeling. I can't argue with Ben here because Ben never really paid attention to a lot of the stuff that he was doing outside of WWE and with the main roster. Unfortunately, somebody who is out of touch for a very long time gave him a stupid Butch character. And he was teaming with Ridge Hollins, who doesn't really do anything.
Oh,
He just hasn't done much. And I will say this, though. For Pete Dunne, if you want to see the hype behind him, highly recommend either going on Peacock or YouTube and watching NXT UK. Like in the beginning, like the early days when he was a heel. Because they had this, because I remember they had a tournament for the UK title, and Pete Dunne, like pretty much, he was like dirty in his first match, and then William Regal like tried to say something to him backstage, and like they had a really good altercation. And Pete Dunne was like one of those like hotheads that like just was an arrogant prick, didn't care about anybody, anything. That's the Pete Dunne I miss, and I feel like that's like what a lot of people want to see.
Or let me non-biased. Let me give you a match to watch. Pete Dunne versus Will Ospreay. Thank you.
Always Will Ospreay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all night. Thank you.
So when it comes to Pete Dunne,
to be continued.
When it comes to Pete Dunne, I think he's just one of those people that belongs in like GCW. Like I feel like he belongs like somewhere that's a little bit more hard hitting, a little bit more like rude, real. I can see him in Japan. You know, like he does not fit. He doesn't fit the mold of WWE. He doesn't fit the mold of WWE. I'll say it. And stop. He even fits, and I'm gonna say this too. He even fits better. He even fits better in AEW. But to avoid him from getting buried, let's send him to fucking Japan and have him make some stints in GCW.
Let's get it.
Yeah, dude. Like send him to Japan, bro. Like he would fucking be.
Honestly, Japan is probably the best destination for Pete Dunne.
Legend.
His style just doesn't fit WWE, and it's so unfortunate because if you go and watch NXT UK when he was a heel, it was great.
Arguably the best run.
Great.
Dog, I'm gonna say it right now.
Main roster, dog shit.
WWE, Pete Dunne is fucking nobody. Send him to Japan, have him drop one fucking sentence in Japanese. You have a fucking lifelong anime.
Let's get it.
You have one lifelong enemy. Can you imagine me like Uni no toa ino no desu ka? I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Whoa. Jatamate. Don't do it. You're doing too much now. Jatamate a little bit.
But you know what I mean, though. Like, you just like have
Tranquilo, amigo.
But could you imagine that fucking scope of how much that place would fucking go up in flames, bro? Like, I would love to see that dude scrap hard style in Japan, bro. Hard style, not just some fucking. I want to see that dude fucking hurt people.
Well,
I do miss a lot of his work in the UK too.
Well, Pete Dunne is part of a group with Tyler Bate, right? They call themselves British Strong Style, right? So it makes a lot of sense to bring him to Japan. I think Pete would be he'll excel in a junior division over there too. I don't think the main roster. I don't think the main title run, like the heavyweight division, he might not excel all the way, but the junior heavyweight division, he'll actually run it over there.
I'm gonna end this right now. I'm just gonna end my thing real quick so I can let Don take this away with what he's gonna say. 2 matches I want to see in Japan under a Japanese fucking roof. I want to see Pete Dunne and Shibata go at it, and I want to see fucking Pete Dunne and Kenny Omega go at it in a Japan Tokyo
Let's
Dome.
get it! Ben is learning. He's learning. Let's get it.
Tokyo Dome, bro.
He's learning. He's learning,
bro. Yeah, dude.
He's learning. Let's get it. He's learning. Ben is learning. The uncle's learning. Let's get it.
I'm not cool. I'm not uncle anymore. I'm unk, dog. I'm unk, dog. Unk, dog.
Hold on. He's rapping right now. He's rapping right now. I like that, Ben. I like those matches. I like that. He's
not like
rapping
us, bro.
right now. My bad. Y'all keep going. My bad. I'll let y'all finish. My bad.
Oh, that's great.
He's rapping. He's on some Eminem stuff right now.
So I do want to talk about the actual segment itself when Pete Dunne turned on Sheamus, and I was very disappointed. If you go and check my reaction to Monday Night Raw, I was so disappointed because all Pete Dunne literally did was like tap him like on the back of his like back. And then that was it. Like, it was the softest shit. And Pete Dunne that I know, I saw this man freaking breaking people's fingers, freaking ligaments.
You tell me
Where's
he hit him with the Will Smith fucking bars? He hit him with the Will Smith bars, didn't even curse on the bars?
All he literally did was do this to Sheamus. That
Softest
and
man.
like, it was not even hard. Show me aggression. That's all I got to say about that.
You see, you beat me to it. I'm glad somebody said it before me because I didn't want to say it.
Well, moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly recap. This past Wednesday on AEW Dynamite, MJF defeated Will Ospreay in a 1-hour match to become the new AEW International Champion.
Just give his ass the whole screen. No, just give his ass the whole screen.
We're just gonna let you have your rant right here. Ricky knows best. Let's play the Ricky knows best intro. Hold on.
Let's go.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you. It's me, Ricky Williams. Moxley's just as crazy as him.
No, Ricky! Bullshit!
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it. It's me, Ricky Williams. Stop playing. But that's my opinion.
It's so over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
All right, Ricky, give it to us.
Okay, MJF.
This is the safe space.
MJF. You're one of the best today. I'm not knocking that because I'm not going to be biased here all the way. MJF, you're one of the best today. But the cheat against the gloat of professional wrestling, the man that gave you your groove back, your style, your grace back, you had to turn heel because you weren't getting it good over there. You had to literally turn heel and show your true colors all over again. Just because your best friend Adam Cole's not out to play with you right now, like, it's not our fault for that, baby. Like, you need to learn better than that. But let me fast forward a little bit because I got a lot to say, but I want to keep it short and sweet because we're on a schedule right now. The best you ever looked was yesterday against Will Ospreay, MJF. The best you ever looked. That Bryan Danielson match went to number 2, boy. It went to number 2.
Oh.
You did this on live television, brother.
No.
Live television with Will Ospreay. Just made another match of the year, by the way. Like, there's nothing hating on that. Another match of the year. like 15 of them already, but who's counting? Like, I'm not being biased. This is all unbiased opinion right now. But MJF, you had to literally cheat.
Oh shit.
Cheat to beat my GOAT. And you call yourself the best in the world. All those moves you were doing were not enough, sir. So what did you do? You had to throw the referee. Literally throw the referee. Well, Ospreay to the referee. Somewhere you got a ring out of nowhere. You got a ring out of nowhere, and you can't win with skill, man. What happened to that? You say you're better than everybody. I don't see it. All the high profile matches, I barely see it.
Hold on, Ricky. I do want to stop you there. He did hit him with the trick. It's called the diamond ring.
Yeah, that's cheating. That's literally cheating. Literally cheating. That's what you're saying. The diamond ring. Where did that diamond ring come from, I wonder?
He won one of those random Tony Khan battle royals to win it. Not once, not twice, not three.
Tony Khan. Don't get me started. Tony Khan. Don't get me started with him.
He's about to have more rings than Michael Jordan.
What?
Smoke too, bro.
Tony Khan. Don't get me started with him. This is Tony Khan right now. I'm really I'm confused at this decision right now. But yeah, they had match of the year. MJF, you should be thanking Will Ospreay right now, man. Just thank him on every other level right now.
No, here's what I think. Will Ospreay needs to thank MJF because MJF has been putting banger after banger on AEW.
When's the last banger he had this year? Go ahead. When? I'm waiting. He just got back. Go ahead.
Honestly,
Forbidden Door 3? Roos?
I'm not talking about his Forbidden Door match. I didn't even watch that.
Oh.
The match that I really enjoyed, the last MJF match that was so good, it was him and Samoa Joe. They killed it at World's End back in December. Despite the bullshit with Adam Cole, it was a banger.
Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
The man he almost cheated for to win again. That's Samoa Joe we talking about.
I'm sorry that your GOAT Will Ospreay.
I'm mad right now. Listen, I'm mad right now. I'm really mad right now. Listen, Donnie, I got a lot of respect for you. You know I got a lot of love for you. I'm really mad right now at this call that Tony Khan did yesterday. Like I said, let me get back to schedule because we on schedule here. MJF, congrats.
Okay. I just noticed something. The reason Ricky is so upset right now is because Will Ospreay, he won the international championship. Ricky was on top of the world. And then he wins a random Tony Khan battle royal, gets a shot at Swerve for Forbidden Door for the championship. Ricky is on top of the world right now. And then Swerve beats him. And Ricky says, well, that's okay because he has the international championship. MJF said,
hold on.
And he took that championship away. Will Ospreay's left with nothing.
Hold on. The Swerve situation has been justified already. The the MJF one does make no sense to me. None. Like I said, Tony Khan is on that stuff, man. Who's the supplier so I can talk to him? Because this is some bull crap. That fucking decision was bull crap right now. I do not care what nobody's saying right now. That was some bull crap I seen yesterday. Match of the year, yes. The finish, no. Man comes out with cannot beat him with his skill alone. So he has to resort to cheating.
Oh, Ricky's mad.
The less famous Miz, aka the Ric Flair.
Okay, boy, no, now I just want to be I want to be serious here, Ricky.
Wow.
I think the reason they gave MJF the championship is because I think they want to give it to Daniel Garcia next. And I think that he could really use that title to catapult him. I think that it's not a bad idea. I think Will Ospreay is a bigger star. He shouldn't be going for the international title. They need to put him in the world title picture. The reason I'm okay with MJF holding this right now is to be a transitional champion for Daniel Garcia, who I think could really benefit holding the title. And I think MJF right now doesn't need the world championship. Will Ospreay, on the other hand, that's somebody that should really be in the world title picture because of how over he is as a babyface with the crowd.
Like I said, congratulations, MJF, man. That's all listen, I'm done right now. I'm done. I was gonna say more, but like I said, we're on the we're on the schedule, so I'm gonna end it there. You make
We're
sense
on a
though, Donnie. I'm
schedule.
not mad at you, Donnie. This ain't about you. This is about Tony Khan doing a stupid booking decision. I didn't like that.
How do
Ospreay
you
should have
feel
kept the
about it,
belt.
Ben?
About the whole situation?
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of MJF's character, so I'm not surprised he fucking cheated, bro. I'm not fucking surprised he cheated, bro. Like, that's just okay. Like, now we're just in Banger City now. Now we have a good feud. If Tony Khan books it right. But
Yeah.
he won't, so I can understand.
If.
That's what I'm saying. But he likely won't. So I
If.
understand why you're mad, Ricky. But
Honestly, this
same
match
time-
really should have happened at All In. I'm just gonna say it.
I agree with that.
Wembley, absolutely. Why not some random fucking dynamite? What the fuck? Especially since Wembley's really not that far. And
But
fucking
hold up, it's like this.
Osprey's a
Hold up,
hometown
it's like
boy.
this.
Because I feel like they're giving us like a fatal 4-way, I feel like, for the championship. It's probably going to be MJF defending the title against Will Ospreay
And Osprey's
versus
gonna win it
Daniel
again.
Garcia versus Pac. Because I know Pac has been winning a lot of matches and trying to focus on the international title.
He needs to
Yeah, but
focus
it's
on not
like
getting
this.
fucking injured.
He has been doing really good, Ben. This is the longest he's been healthy, believe it or not.
It's like this with It's like this with Will Ospreay, in my
Knock it on
opinion.
wood.
Like, y'all can disagree with me. Hold up, y'all can disagree with me. Every high-profile match Will Ospreay is in is highly anticipated.
Oh yeah.
There are, sometimes you don't need stories for certain matches anymore. Like the stories tell themselves in the match too.
Yeah.
A guy like Ospreay, he
Get
it's a
invested.
case for him.
But like to get invested, I feel like in the matches, it's even with like mixed martial art fights and boxing fights, you have to sell it, and you have to have promos, you have to have confrontations, you have to have vignettes to really sell this. And this is what AEW is lacking. The matches, whole nother level. The pay-per-views are great because it is supposed to be a match-making thing, which Tony Khan, I think, has done a great job as being a matchmaker. But when it comes to the lack of storylines and storytelling, that's the big problem with AEW and the reason why a lot of fans are declining in the ratings. But that's all I'm going to say about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I done said everything I need to say too. I'm done. Like,
I
I'm
know,
mentally
we're on
drained right
schedule.
now. I done said
We're on
everything I needed
schedule.
to say.
But moving on now to our last We Are Wrestling weekly recap. This week, TNA Slammiversary has sold out 4,000 seats. Let's talk about it.
Hell yeah.
TNA is literally like TNA is a good promotion. Like TNA's, they've always been good. Like people just stopped watching them though. But TNA's always been here. The thing is with TNA management and a lot of other politics backstage kind of killed their momentum in a lot of ways. And then all of these old school legends they were bringing in at that time, they ended up
2010.
doing so. Go ahead. What y'all about to say?
2010.
Yep, 2010.
Brought in
That was
Hogan
literally
Bischoff.
2010 was literally their killer year, low key, just behind the scenes. But like TNA
took
really
my
had
heart
something going.
Fucking ripped it out when they
The
did
TNA
that.
literally had, they were literally behind WWE at a certain point until Bischoff and Hogan came in. They kept hiring people that didn't deserve to be there in the first place, and
Nasty
they killed the young
boys.
guys. They killed the young guys' motivation and hunger over there, like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, the Motor City Machine Guns.
And then they're putting over fucking guys like Orlando Jordan.
That's fucking
Yep, the
hilarious.
Motor City Machine Guns, Eric Young, PD Williams, Triple X, Low Key, Amazing Red, Kurt Angle. Well, no, not Kurt Angle. I get what I'm saying, right? Like they literally
he
don't
is a
kill.
TNA original though. Angle does count.
Yeah,
He's
they
an
literally
original.
killed. They literally killed the momentum for TNA when 2010 hit. Like Donnie just mentioned, TNA started going to flounder. But TNA, they've always been good, but they weren't at the same stature after that, and that kind of like that messed everything up.
Some things don't.
And I'm not
get
gonna
the love.
lie. I'm not gonna lie because I stopped with TNA for a minute because of that. Like after AJ left, that hurt my heart. When
I
AJ
will
Styles left,
say, I can't believe how long I continued watching TNA as it was dying. I think I gave up in 2017.
I
I think once
agree.
the
I'm
Hardys
not
left,
gonna argue
that's
with
when
that.
I left.
I'm not gonna argue with that. Like, because look what they've been doing. They haven't been doing anything positive. And I hope this partnership with WWE kind of brings them back to where they need to be.
Ooh, we're gonna talk about the partnership later on in the weekly news and rumors. But Ben, let's hear your thoughts on this with TNA selling out 4,000 seats.
kudos to them, man. Like TNA has really taken off sufficiently, and I feel like if they didn't get this partnership deal with TKO and WWE, they would have gone under heavily after bouncing back when Scott D'Amore was still in charge. After he left, after he got fired, things were looking grim. Things were looking really bad. But now I'm starting to understand the hourglass thing that every TNA superstar was fucking putting up there. There was something big coming. We just didn't know what it was. Then we arrive, and now we have WWE NXT TNA. We have that, and that is what they meant. There was something big coming to fucking fill that void, and because of the appearances of Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace, Rascals, like we have a lot of big TNA stars that are fucking viral right now on WWE television, where it's easier to fucking access, and that alone, or like Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry alone, are like holy fucking shit because they are the literal Goliaths of TNA. So like literally having them show up constantly gets fans that are already like super big fans of them, gets them to start watching TNA and going out of their way to get Access TV so they can finally start watching shit, paying for the pay-per-views to watch again Bound for Glory, which is again sold out. So I am very happy to see what was a very scary situation at first turn around on a big dub, and they're getting the attention they finally deserve. This is fucking good. This is good for every aspect of any TNA superstar right now, dude. So I'm really, really happy that they're finally going in a positive direction and there's eyes on the product now.
I think that this is massively huge for TNA. 4,000 seats. Man,
That's
they have
sold
really
out.
bounced back ever since bringing back TNA, which is great. And I do love this working relationship, and I definitely will talk about that more when we get into the show later on. But I think that this is a huge step in the right direction. I think there were reports a couple months ago we covered here on the podcast with TNA potentially having live weekly shows again, which I think will be even bigger for the company. And then eventually, hopefully, they could just continue picking up this momentum. And with this working relationship with WWE, it leads to a solid TV deal, a network that more people have access to than Access TV.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they're going to CW, you said, right?
I don't think, no, that was NWA.
Oh, NWA, yeah.
And I believe NXT.
Okay, yeah, that makes
But,
sense.
no, like with TNA, like I'm hoping they get on like some normal network that like back in the day, like everybody had access to Spike, which is why they did so good in the ratings.
Everybody
And I feel like
had
today
access to
it's
Spike.
time to get them on like a solid TV deal.
Sci-fi with fucking ECW is easy as fuck to catch every Tuesday, 10 p.m.
Yep. But this is great for TNA. I'm so happy for all the talent because they are extremely hardworking, driven guys and girls in that locker room that deserve the lights. They deserve to have the eyes on them. And Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry, these are great names that are finally being recognized by the casuals. People are actually starting to go out of their way to see what they do. And I'm just so happy that this working relationship is actually doing well for both NXT and TNA.
I'm not trying to be funny here, but I'm probably a late bloomer on this subject. But Joe Hendry, I think I got to see more of him. I'm sorry.
No,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Do not ruffle my Ricky.
You do not ruffle my feathers.
You need to go down that rabbit hole with Joe Hendry. You gotta
You need
watch
to go down the rabbit hole with the Joe Hendry.
Try me, lad, man. Try me, rude boy.
Oh man, I can't believe it.
Man.
I think you're just saying this to get me mad because of what happened to your boy Will Ospreay.
Oh no.
Oh, we lifting up the kilts now.
No. It's like this. Hold on. Oh, no, I'm not being disrespectful. Hold up. No, look, I've seen enough, but like, I gotta watch more because like when it comes to TNA, I've been watching him, but I've been watching others too. Like, I know what he can do. I'm not. Don't say I don't know what. I know what he can do. I just gotta see a little.
Just
That's
go
it.
on YouTube and go down that rabbit hole, Ricky. You will not be disappointed.
He doesn't
But
believe in Joe
up-
Hendry. He doesn't
Up-
believe in Joe Hendry.
All right, well, up next, we have our comment of the week, and of course, the We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. We'll be right back with more We Are Wrestling podcast episode 117.
What's up, everyone? This is Matthew Riddle, the king of bros. I just want to say, if you ain't listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast, bro, you're missing out. The king listens, and you need to too, bro.
Are you looking for wrestling content? Well, We Are Wrestling provides everything pro wrestling. The best one, Donnie, Gins, and the Load Rager Ben, are wrestling marks like you who love this sport. We Are Wrestling has it all when it comes to wrestling content. We have different podcasts, vlogs, reactions, full wrestling matches, live pay-per-view watch-alongs, interviews, predictions, and so much more. Only on We Are Wrestling. What are you waiting for? Subscribe and become a We Are Wrestling Maniac now.
All right, guys. Every week on the We Are Wrestling podcast, we have the segment called The Comment of the Week. And this week's comment of the week is from Byron Cutler 4567, and the comment is on the what video was it?
The
SpongeBob Motor City Machine, fucking our current podcast. So Byron Cutler's comment is, with SummerSlam having 11 matches, I see no championships changing here. Think long term, don't think short term.
11 matches have not been confirmed yet, Cutler. It seems like there's going to be 11 matches on the card, but I wouldn't go there yet. I feel like we're going to probably get at least like eight or 9 matches probably. I can't see more than 8.
Yeah, 11 matches is crazy. Unless it's pre-show.
Won't be 11 matches.
I'd say that's fucking
11
nuts.
is crazy. Unless it's pre-show, it makes sense.
Yeah, but like, but seeing the titles changing though,
We're getting some new champions.
Yeah, like I would say I agree to disagree on that comment 100%. I don't think we're going to be getting fucking. We're just going to
ask y'all a question. Which title changes are happening if possible? Like, what do you who y'all think is losing their championships?
Sami Zayn's losing the Breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
He ain't losing twice. No.
I hope LA Knight beats Logan Paul.
He is.
That's happening.
I really hope.
Oh, and I think
he was gonna lose it at Mania, but
I think Nia Jax beats Bailey.
Yeah, I think Tiffany might cash in.
I think Bailey beats fucking Nia and Tiffany cashes in because
Tiffany might cash in.
Tiffany and I are about to have a feud.
I think Nia wins, and then we get the cash.
The World Tag titles are changing hands. I think The Miz wants to win in his hometown. Y'all probably don't care, but
man, I don't even care for those tag titles.
Wow.
They shouldn't even be on the pay-per-view with the way that they've been freaking writing it.
Oh yeah, he's from Cleveland, right?
He is from Cleveland.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
My gosh.
Same as fucking Miz though. That's his hometown.
Well, let Miz have his moment.
All the Raw tag champions are doing is playing WWE 2K. That's literally all they do on Monday Night Raw. Literally. I'm so mad at the way Triple H books his tag division. Like, I thought when he was taking over, like, tag teams were going to matter again. At least the women matter.
Yeah.
Like, I miss, like, the old TakeOver tag matches. They used to always steal the shows. So I don't know what the hell Triple H is doing or thinking. But,
yeah, I have no idea, man.
I feel like we are going to get some new champions. I think it's going to be like 50-50.
Yeah. The important ones are staying still, but we are getting crowned new champions. 100%. At least in
one or
Logan Paul.
two.
At least in fucking LA Knight and at least in fucking Braun Breaker, we're getting new champions. 100%. And if we don't,
Sami Zayn, I love you, buddy. Sami Zayn, I love you, buddy, but
it ain't your time no more.
I agree.
But guys, thank you, Byron Cutler, for your comment of the week. And every week, like I said, we do comment of the week. And if you want your comment featured right here on the segment, all you got to do is comment right down below on the YouTube channel or anywhere across social media where you can find our content. And if it's nice and juicy, your comment will be featured on Comment of the Week. Hell yeah,
so,
brother.
That being said, let's get into the We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors.
Hell yeah.
Starting things off, Ring of Honor founder Kerry Silkin doesn't think Tony Khan isn't treating ROH very well. Recently on John Ariza's Memories from Madison Square Garden podcast, there was a brief discussion about the glory days of Ring of Honor and where the company stands today since Tony Khan purchased it. Kerry stated this: Ring of Honor of that era tried to show some respect to professional wrestling. Sure, we had some wacky stuff. Sure, we had the flippy dippy do was coming into fashion. The flippy dippy do was going on. Ring of Honor, there were some good pro wrestling going on, that segment of it. Right now, Ring of Honor, it's like no one cares at all. I don't care how much money Tony Khan has. It's not being treated very well. Do you disagree? Do you agree or disagree with this claim?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. It's
I agree,
fucking
definitely.
garbage. It's even more fucking garbage than it was before he fucking picked it up. Like, I thought with him buying it, he was gonna fucking do something to reinvigorate a fucking amazing brand that birthed so many fucking great matches and held some of the greatest superstars in history. And he's treating it like dog shit, bro. The best thing he did for ROH was letting fucking after not only the tribute show for fucking Jay Briscoe, but like fucking, retiring the tag titles as them, the Briscoes being like the fucking ROH tag team champions for life or some shit like that. And then having, Mark have some big fucking moments. Other than that, like, it's just dying.
And then on top of that, all the Ring of Honor champions are on AEW constantly. Well, you're not on Ring of Honor enough. Like, we'll say it again.
One of my biggest critiques is having Ring of Honor guys on AEW guys on Ring of Honor. I hate it.
Yeah, the brand is already. I thought Tony Khan was gonna do something with the brand too, but clearly, I was corrected wrong, and Tony Khan has not been respecting that brand. Ring of Honor used to mean something back then. Several years ago, it actually was top 5. People might not agree with that, but Ring of Honor literally was one of the best companies. You got Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Homicide, Eddie Kingston, even, or Jay Lethal, Xavier, rest in peace. They had a lot of guys over at Ring of Honor that used to carry that banner. Now that Tony Khan has bought it, AEW stock has dipped dramatically, and it's disrespectful to the guys before and after Ring of Honor. I think some of the guys that are on Ring of Honor currently that go on AEW constantly feel disrespected. Mm-hmm. They don't feel like stars over in AEW. They're just backups. Like,
exactly. That's what frustrates me, because some of the guys that I got to watch before making it, like the Iron Savages, for example, Bear Bronson, we're very good friends with him. We get to see him a lot at Blitzkrieg, and I get to see him at Creative Pro. He deserves so much better. He's so talented. One of my good pals, Smart Mark Sterling, who's a part of the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, he did a lot for Blitzkrieg in the early days, and he really gets no opportunity because he's stuck on Ring of Honor. He does stuff over there, which is fine, but then he goes to AEW and they use him as like squash matches.
It's sad. It's very sad that Ring of Honor,
and that's why they lost so much prestige. Let's be honest. Like, when you have these Ring of Honor guys, they are over in Ring of Honor, but then when they go to AEW, you have them get squashed by established regular AEW guys, and that's not going to help build the company.
Yeah, look at Mark Briscoe right now. Like, he's in an AEW storyline. He should be having a challenger for the next pay-per-view for Ring of Honor. That's not being promoted.
Isn't he like the world champion?
Huh?
He's the world champion right now, right?
Yeah. No. But that's what I mean, though. Like, it doesn't feel like he's the world champion over there. Like,
exactly, because he's not on the show every week.
They haven't been promoting him right at all. Like, he's second to Swerve right now, respectfully to Swerve. But you're a top guy over in Ring of Honor. Like, you shouldn't be feeling literally second to anybody like that at all.
Yeah, I feel like here's like what I got to say about this. Ring of Honor, when Tony Khan purchased this, I really thought that this was going to be AEW's developmental system, which is what it should have been from the start. Hold on, Ricky. Just let me cook real quick. The reason I say Ring of Honor should have been
I felt that too, Ricky.
the developmental to AEW is because AEW likes to sign a lot of these talented independent wrestlers who have no television experience. They should be going to Ring of Honor. They should be having these tapings like in Universal Studios, like they were doing back in the day with AEW Dark. And this is where they should develop characters. And this is where they should start putting these guys so that they get that television experience and they don't get thrown right into the pack of wolves on AEW TV. This is where a lot of the inexperienced people, I think, should start, is Ring of Honor. Because Ring of Honor has always been known for the honor, and they've always been known for having independent guys. They've always been an independent wrestling company. So why not have it be a developmental program?
Oh, you put it like that? Okay, that makes sense then.
Dude, NXT, there's a reason why people love NXT. Because that's where they develop their next big superstars.
You put it like that, it makes sense. And okay, I get what you're saying. I was about to say it differently, but you literally just
moron. This dude is running a fucking football team, a soccer team, trying to run AEW, trying to run Ring of Honor. You can't do it all. He should be having somebody that's experienced running ROH, like a Scott D'Amore. Scott D'Amore would be perfect, except he's sitting at home getting paid by Anthem, doing nothing.
Or let me run it. Let me run Ring of Honor. I'll do it. Let me do it.
Let me freaking run it. I'll freaking do a better job than
let
freaking
me
what Tony
do it.
Khan has done.
Listen,
I could probably
let me do
fucking
Ring
do a
of
better
Honor.
job than Tony Khan. I barely know that shit.
The man's on that Liu Kang.
And the biggest thing that pisses me off about Ring of Honor, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, because we got to get on with the program. I don't like the fact that with this Honor Club, you pay the subscription every month, and then when it comes to the pay-per-views, they expect you to pay the full price.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
You already have
to
the
me.
membership. Like with WWE, you get Peacock. You could watch any of the premier live events with the subscription service. So you're telling me Ring of Honor has more prestige than WWE? And that I should have to pay $40 on top of the $10 I'm paying every month. That is why I don't cover Ring of Honor content. That is why I don't watch it.
Valid point.
And I feel very bad for Kerry here because Tony Khan probably gave him this really big pitch that we're going to get a TBS deal, this and that, and nothing happened. So I do feel sorry for the guy, and hopefully Ring of Honor does pick up some momentum. But
Sometimes you can lie to somebody about your vision, and then they ended up disrespecting it in another manner too.
Hey, just like TKO did the Vince, except it was a good thing.
Yeah.
But
Tony Khan's on
moving
that
on
Liu
now
Kang.
to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. TNA World Champion Moose says that TNA's relationship with WWE is way better than the one they had in AEW, and even stated that I think this is the best relationship that TNA's ever had. Do you agree or disagree?
It's hard to say. I don't know the full backstage stuff, but from what I've seen on TV, NXT has made the TNA wrestlers over there look extremely strong and legit. Like they look like main eventers in NXT. The TNA guys literally look like main eventers when they go over there. They look like stars over there in NXT. Every time you see somebody go over to TNA from NXT from TNA, they literally look like $1 million. That's how I see it, anyways.
I do agree with that, definitely. And I feel like in TNA's like state right now, this is what they need, because you want to establish stars when you're in a rebuild. You want to start focusing on them. And one thing TNA has always been good at throughout their tenure has been establishing their own talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think NXT showcasing that is a great thing. But I feel like a lot of people are discrediting the working relationship with AEW and TNA during its time, because it did help Impact at that time before, like while they were dying, having Kenny Omega on the product with the TNA championship, bringing in Christian Cage, bringing in all these guys. And it seems like with this working relationship so far with WWE and TNA, the only wrestler we really got in TNA is William Regal's kid.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we need to get more NXT guys over on TNA to bring in more eyes to the product.
I think that's what's going to be happening very shortly. I think that they wanted to, showcase the TNA talent first before we start seeing like people crossing over. Because I could see fucking Troke Williams eventually showing up in TNA for like on behalf of Joe Hendry, depending. Like I could actually see some shit happening. That's gonna garner audience.
Definitely, and I think that's why, like, with this question, it's very tough for me to agree or disagree, because at least with Impact Wrestling, we got to see Kenny Omega, Christian, and it seemed like TNA Impact really benefited from having a lot of these big AEW guys over there. But at the same time, like, what WWE is doing for TNA is also really well, and it seems like the working relationship is working for both sides a little bit more than AEW and Impact.
So what I'm gonna say to end my piece on it, Bound for Glory, I'm telling you this right now, somebody from either TNA or the main roster showing up on Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory or Slammiversary? Slammiversary is the next one.
Sorry, Slammiversary rather. Somebody showing up. Like we have to have some kind of other crossroad, even if it's fucking Natalya.
I will say this. One final thing. All of this, I will agree with what Moose is saying if we get AJ Styles in TNA ring one more time.
Bro, Styles went to Japan. He's definitely going to TNA before his run's over.
Needs to, man.
He is. There's no way. He's not capping off his full-on wrestling career in WWE if he's not able to go back to where it all started to end it one more time with one more match.
I'm gonna let y'all talk this one now because y'all making sense right now. I'm gonna let y'all do this. I'm gonna let y'all do this one because y'all making sense right now.
Yeah, dude. Like he's going back. Because he's on his fucking final leg of his career. He said he does not have a lot left in the tank because he wants to perform at an optimal level. We saw what he did in Japan just a couple days ago.
Okay.
He is still fucking callous, bro. So I want to see him destroy some shit in TNA one more time before he hangs up his boots in WWE. And if there's any time to do it, now's the time to pull the trigger because there is an active working relationship going on. So it'll happen sooner than later.
Okay.
Absolutely. And there's nothing else I can say. I think, Ben, you said it best. And
y'all did your thing.
Man, AJ Styles, it needs to happen. It's the right thing to do.
Let me finish it like this. AJ Styles going back to TNA is like that mysterious boss in the video game that you didn't know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hard to beat now that he just came back in his final form.
Absolutely. And moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors topic. WWE has announced that Dead End Road and Liar by Jelly Roll is the official theme songs for WWE SummerSlam. What's your thoughts on this?
Fucking love me some Jelly, bro. Jelly just got done fucking doing a collab with Ronnie Radke, Falling in Reverse, and it was one of the greatest fucking things he could have ever done. Dude is on a rise right now. One of the highest breakout like stars at fucking 39 years of age almost. Dude is killing it. He deserves it. Jelly Roll's big. You know that they've done rock, country, pop artists before. They've had Hardy in before. They've had Toby Keith in before. Willie fucking Nelson. So it just falls in line. But Jelly Roll is the modern time yes of any kind of like country rock music, and he does have a solid following. So it is a big fucking move musically and in terms of the culture and in terms of WWE.
What's your thoughts on it, Ricky?
Shout out to Jelly Roll, man. He's put in the work. Like, man's a workhorse. He's literally a diamond in the rough. The man literally is an icon in what he does. And the man, he's been consistent his whole career. From what I've heard, I don't know too much about Jelly Roll, but from what I've heard and seen, the man literally is a diamond in the rough. He's the it factor. No Bobby Roode intended. Shout out Bobby Roode.
Oh yeah, shout out Bobby Roode. Fuck yeah.
Glorious. But I will give my thoughts on this. I think that for once, WWE, they actually picked a good artist, I feel like, for a premier live event theme song. And Jelly Roll has picked up a lot of momentum, and just recently, like listening to the Eminem's new album, which I thought was freaking fantastic. That song that Jelly Roll was in, Somebody Save Me, man, I wish him nothing but the best. Like, he's really had this, like, he's really worked his ass off to get to where he's at right now, and it's finally starting to pay off. And it's always good to see something like that happen.
I'm telling you this right now, it'll be so much sweeter for both of you if you genuinely go on Google and read his fucking story, dude. His story is nuts. It goes from fucking being an ex-addict rather, to selling drugs on the street in the hood, to finding God again, his fucking baby mom's being currently still to this day a using addict, and it's destroying his daughter. And on top of being a musician, he has his daughter full custody. So he's still doing the dad things, climbing out of the trenches, but also became one of the biggest stars of today's time. And I think he's also a Grammy winner. So yeah, dude.
You definitely got me interested. I'm definitely gonna have
Jelly
to do
Roll.
my research on Jelly Roll. I
Yeah.
don't really listen to a lot of his music, but
Neither
I've
do I.
heard some of the stories, and I want to say congratulations to him and all the success that he's having. And for him to be the official theme song for SummerSlam, knowing the shit that he's going through, honestly, absolutely deserves it. Congratulations.
Big
But
ups.
moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana, is no longer a part of AEW. During an interview with USA Today, Perry said, "My time with them, AEW, has just finished. I'm really focused on finding talent and cultivating them and helping them become the best wrestler champions possible. I guess you could just say I want to be the Paul Heyman." What's your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna let Ricky take that shit. Go ahead, Ricky.
Hold on,
AP,
hold on.
son.
Y'all can go first.
Wants to become the wise woman.
The wise woman or the open the thighs woman? Like, she's going over there for fucking Damien. she's probably gonna
She's
end up over there
trying.
for-
She's trying to go back to
But
WWE.
he's got pull now. He's their fucking current world champion. So you know, like, hey, I need Lana to come back because mommy Dom doesn't have a title anymore now either. Not even fucking Daddy Dom. At least not from you, mommy. Drop all rise for El Campeon.
Wait, isn't she married?
All rise for Lana.
What up, bro?
She's
What'd you
not
say?
married. Her and Miro got divorced.
Yeah,
Oh.
they got divorced.
Realistically, okay, jokes aside. CJ Perry, I wish you the best. That wise woman angle, though, you need to cut it out. No, that's not original.
You need to cut that shit out now.
They got an old saying. Who's going to survive, the wise man, the fool, or the warrior?
Ooh.
Don't be one of those people,
Ooh.
CJ. I'm sorry. Don't do it.
Oh, okay. You spend some facts right now, Ricky. I see
Ricky
you.
knows best.
Yeah, he knows
Just
best.
don't do it. Like I said, I wish her the best, though. I wish future endeavors, everything she does, I just wish her the best. But that wise woman, cut it out. Please.
Cut that
Cut
shit
it out.
out
You're
right
looking
now.
bad out here in these streets, baby.
Right now.
Oh, here's what I find so amusing about these comments that she made during this interview. What the hell has she done outside of WWE in the pro wrestling world? She's been killing it with the acting stuff and the modeling, but she has done nothing outside of WWE. And
Nice and
I don't know
cheap.
why
No.
she's trying to like sprinkle in that, like, I want to be like Paul Heyman and make champions. No, you don't. If you wanted to be in the business, like, you would be doing stuff in the indies. You would be doing stuff.
All I can hear is fucking this
WWE.
dude dying.
You would actually be doing something in the wrestling world, but you're not. That's what I find amusing. Like, she's trying to say, like, now I want to be Paul Heyman. No, you don't. You want to
you
go to
don't.
Hollywood. You want to do modeling and do that. Congratulations on, like, all your success.
But that
Well,
Paul Heyman shit, knock it off.
But
What
don't tease us. Like, you're not coming back to WWE, all right?
What is-
You're not coming back to wrestling.
But
Maybe
for
the
everybody,
convention, that's it, because you're making that moolah.
but for everybody that'll watch this, we're not dissing CJ Perry at all. We're just asking. Her body of work is not. It's not
Doesn't hold
there.
up.
The body of work is not there. That's all we're saying. We're
The
not
body's
dissing
there,
her.
it's not the body of work.
Yeah, but we're not dissing her or nothing. Like, we're just asking questions. Like, what have you done for me? That's what it means. Like, what have you done for me? Like, that's what we're really asking.
And then
She's
her
not saying
saying
I'm
in
right.
this interview too, saying that, like WWE is the best at what it does. It's like, it wasn't just like you got let go by AEW and now you're trying to get a job with the WWE. I don't like that. I don't like
fired. What do you mean?
Pause.
I don't think she's coming back though.
You know what? Hey, yo, let me add something to this podcast from here on out.
Yeah.
There's this thing I use: stopping the microwave and not stopping the microwave. When it comes to CJ Perry, I'm not stopping the microwave.
I would say I'll roast that shit all day.
Just use that from now on. Stopping the microwave and not stopping the microwave. Not stopping the microwave means it's terrible. Stopping the microwave means I'm intrigued. That's from here on out.
Yeah,
all right.
I bet.
All right, Ricky, bet.
Bet.
But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. AEW has zero plans for Ric Flair. Dave Meltzer pointed out there haven't been any graphics for the Woo Energy drink on AEW television lately. And unless something changes, it doesn't appear fans will see ads for it in the future. This is notable as Flair's deal with AEW is very similar to Randy Savage's with WCW in the mid-90s. Tony Khan has confirmed that AEW has been getting paid by Woo Energy for all his appearances. Fightful reports Ric Flair isn't factored in any creative plans for now. It was added that the partnership between AEW and Woo is officially finished. Flair hasn't been seen on AEW television since Revolution. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean,
you said Flair got released?
Ric Flair hasn't got released yet by AEW, but now the Woo Energy won't be sponsoring AEW anymore.
See, this is the same question I point to Ric Flair from CJ Perry. What have you done in AEW, Rick? I know you're a legend, but come on. It's time for you to hang it up, Rick. Listen, I want to see you in good spirits, man. I don't want to see you in the ring no more.
But honestly, Ricky, can you blame the guy?
Yeah, no, I love
he
has his love for wrestling, but
Ric Flair's under an AEW contract. They have no creative plans for him. So what is Ric Flair doing right now? Collecting a check. And that is not his fault at all. Because I bet if any of us right now were in Ric Flair's shoes, you'd be freaking so happy right now living the best life. You don't have to work and you're getting paid to do nothing because Tony Khan freaking got sick of his little toy after Sting retired. Shit.
Yeah, like you said, though, I don't think they got I don't think they have plans for him. I think he, like you just said, he's just ride that check out.
They brought him in really for Sting's retirement, and then they had no idea what to do.
I think that was the icing on the cake. After that, they just like I don't know what to do with Ric Flair anymore. So they just left him to get paid on the side. And like you just said, I'd rather be in the shoes too, getting paid to do nothing. I would love that. Not paid to do nothing, but you get what I'm saying.
No, I mean, like with Ric Flair, it's crazy because he's under contract and they haven't even done anything when it comes to marketing or advertising. Like, I have not seen a Ric Flair figure made yet. He hasn't really had that much merchandise made. And if you have him under contract, you should be friggin' trying to milk it and trying to make as much money as possible. You should be having him put over people, but instead, Tony Khan, he's just too nice of a guy to let him go, apparently. And we know how Ben feels right now. Ben's going to say, Ric Flair needs to go into the retirement home. He needs to get his diaper changed.
Yep. Precisely,
I know you
right
too well, Ben. 117 episodes.
Yep.
But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. WWE stars are allowed to keep their names. Brian of the Wrestling Observer newsletter said, I was told that these new TKO deals are such when you go to WWE, they are going to trademark everything. For example, Ethan Page went and they trademarked Ethan Page. This is from someone in the company. When you leave, they hand everything over to you now, which basically means like if you were already a big name outside of WWE and you want to use your name, you're allowed to continue using it.
Yep, because it's like a grandfathered in thing.
So what's your thoughts on WWE doing this now?
We are officially out of the Voldemort era. We are officially like full on like togetherness. The fucking wrestling community is one whole, minus, some things that we can talk about another time. But like, it's really thriving. We're in a new fucking lease on life. Like, this must be exciting for talents that were like possibly thinking about not going to WWE just because of the trademark and the work they've already put into their brand getting taken from them. That's not the case anymore, which is money that nobody has to fucking lose for a lawsuit. So honestly, dude, this is a big fucking win for a lot of wrestlers in the business.
How do you feel, Ricky?
I think this should have happened like 5 years ago, even longer than that somewhat. I think it's a win for professional wrestling, just like Ben stated. I think guys don't really have to start over and try to make a whole nother character. I think they can go with their name to another company and not start over. Like, they can really pick up where they left off, but different stories and stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how I see it.
Man, I think it's absolutely brilliant that WWE is finally doing this, because a lot of the times when they bring in a notable name, they like to change things up. Like, for example, Sami Zayn, when he first joined WWE, he had the character in Ring of Honor and the independent circuit, El Generico. They scrapped that immediately because they wanted him to be his own. Kevin Steen, another guy in the independent circuit. Seth Rollins as, Tyler Black. A lot of that changed. And through the years, they put in so much work into like their own trademarks and their own characters. And WWE always tried to create something themselves. And I feel like this is a great move for a lot of these independent contractors that are known as professional wrestlers, because they're going out here trying to bet on themselves and establish themselves. So now bringing in Ethan Page as Ethan Page, all ego, great move. And then also Stephanie, can't pronounce her name. Great move. I think that this is great overall. TKO knows like the value that a lot of these stars are doing, especially with social media nowadays. Like, you can't hide what they did in the past. And I think that Triple H knows that, and this is great for everybody involved.
Yeah. No, I got you, man.
But it is too bad that like you give like somebody a character and they still can't go out and use that, because that was something that was updated with this report that came out, because originally everybody thought that, oh, that's it. So like Matt Cardona can go now to the independents and be Zack Ryder. You can't do that. If WWE creates it, you can't do that. But at least the people that are leaving WWE, or people that are leaving like AEW or like the independents to go to WWE, they could do what they were doing previously without worrying about a lawsuit. That's pretty much what the reports are. But moving on now to our last We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. It's out there. Natalya has re-signed with the WWE. What's your thoughts on WWE bringing her back?
Oh, why you say, oh my God, like that? Whoa.
Because who fucking cares, bro? What has she done for anything, like, for the women's division in the last fucking 5 years, other than literally, like, the Elimination Chamber a couple of years ago where she fucking stole the show? I thought she was going to get the momentum, and they never pulled the trigger. So who fucking cares, bro? Like, I really don't. Like, the name does not mean anything to me anymore if you're not doing anything for it. There's nothing there for me, bro. Like, yeah, you're a part of a legendary family. You were a fucking dominant heel when you first showed up, but you got softer and softer and softer until you became kind of irrelevant. And every time you step in front of the screen, who's really hyped other than the fact that people that have seen you in the live shows? It's harsh, but it's the fucking reality of the situation, man. The only fucking highlight she had was 2 years ago in that Elimination Chamber where I thought she had a fucking chance. Other than that, what has she done? Other than help her fucking sister with her OnlyFans.
Ricky, I know you have strong opinions on this, so I do want to give my thoughts before you express your emotions to the maniacs here. I'm just going to first start this off by saying Natalya is a fantastic professional wrestler, one of the best women wrestlers out there.
Yeah.
And she deserves so much better. And I felt bad for the longest fucking time for her, sitting in catering, doing nothing. But now that she re-signed with WWE, I lost a lot of respect for her as a professional wrestler. I still think that she's fantastic at what she does, but you really had to run away from the grind. Like, there's a lot of former WWE superstars that had to leave WWE to go out and reinvent themselves. Perfect example, Trinity fought too. She quit WWE because she didn't like what was happening with her, just like Mercedes Moné, same thing, but this is about Trinity. And she went to TNA and reinvented herself. And now she came back to WWE even better because she had that experience outside of it. Natalya is so fucking talented that she should have left WWE, traveled the world. Didn't even have to go to AEW. She could have traveled the world, went to New Japan, went to TNA, and pretty much went out there and grinded, just like friggin' half of her family did with the Hart Foundation. They went out and they reinvented themselves. That's what disappoints me. She ran away from the grind to pretty much collect the check and sit in catering and do nothing.
It's pissing me off too because like
annoying.
you literally just mentioned the Hearts and everything going out and exploring landscapes, bro.
Her dad traveled the world.
Dude, a lot of fucking old school wrestlers that we fucking love that are like from the 70s went out to Japan, and that was a part of their fucking legacy, bro. So I'm telling you, dude, like Natalya in Japan would be built different, but she's so fucking like hot take. This is gonna be very hot take. I'm probably gonna get a pause. But she's kind of shitting on the Hart name. She's kind of shitting on it. I said it, dude. She's shitting on the Hart name.
She's running away from the grind. I'm not mad at that take.
She's clouding on the name, bro.
She should have went out and reinvented herself. It's so disappointing. What? Because WWE's hot right now. Like, you're gonna stay. Like,
that's not fair. It's not fucking fair, bro.
Just go out and reinvent yourself.
All right.
She really could have had like a Matt Cardona, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre run.
She could have
left, and she fucking ruined it. And for that, I lost a lot of respect for her as a professional wrestler, not as a person. She's a great person,
solid person,
but as a pro wrestler, I lost a lot of respect. Ran away from the grind. Ricky,
especially being a part of a huge fucking family. But yeah,
let's hear what you got to say.
She's chasing a bag. Like, at the end of the day, this is a business too, though. Like, it depends on her mindset. It's a business at the end of the day. Like, whatever she agreed to with them resigning, she did it. Like, she resigned, she got the bag. So now, at this point, you got to see where she goes from here, because she knew what she signed up for when she resigned, though. So you don't know what they have planned for.
Wait a minute. I do want to cross this over to basketball real quick with Ricky. So I understand at the end of the day, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, pro wrestling, it's a business when these independent contractors are signing contracts. Same with NBA. It's a business. How did you feel when Kevin Durant blew a 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors and then he signed a contract with them?
Oh,
and got 2 rings handed to him.
Oh, that's a big question for Ricky.
He ran away from the grind.
Yeah. 2 of the weakest rings in NBA history. That's for another day, though. But no, now that you say it like that, though, it does make sense, though. Like I said,
that is why I'm upset with Natalya, because she had the opportunity to go out and prove to WWE that she is worth more. But instead, she decides that let me just re-sign, let me get the bag, and pretty much do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the bag. Like I said, that's the end of the thing. That's the end of the day. The bag is the bag, though. But like I said,
a lot of the former WWE stars that get released, they're going out traveling the world, making more money than what they were getting in WWE.
So what is Natalya?
Natalya? Let me look that up. But what were you saying about Natalya?
No, like I said, like whatever she agreed to signing.
42 years old.
Oh, but she's up there in age too, though. But like I said, they might have promised her something, so that's why she resigned too. So she might be on TV more now.
Getting squashed, probably.
She might have one more run in her. listen, I can't agree with you because I got to give certain people the benefit of a doubt. I'm gonna give Natalya the benefit of a doubt on this one.
No, I totally, I understand, man. I understand.
I got to give her the benefit of a doubt because if I don't say it, then I'll be lying to y'all too. So.
And that's the whole point, man, with We Are Wrestling. Like, we are not always going to agree on everything, and that's what makes this show so entertaining.
You've been laughing at me. I got to give her the benefit of a doubt.
No, it's not that.
What are you laughing about, Ben?
It says how AEW fans drink water, and it's Tony Khan throating this fucking look at his little head jerk he does.
Wait, hold on.
Look at this.
I'm putting you on the soul.
Look, it says how AEW fans drink water. Watch, ready? Just keep watching. Look at this little fucking throat he does on the fucking bottle. He's like, "Oh, Boppy. Oh, Boppy."
Thank you, Ben. Up next, we are going to get into the Getting Put Over segment and, of course, our main event topic. We'll be right back with more We Are Wrestling Podcast episode 117.
Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and you are listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
So I'm here with Madcap Moss, and my question I got to ask you, because I've been following your career all the way back to NXT. Yep. So your tag team with Sabby.
Ooh, the money comes.
Yeah, so like I want to ask you, like, what was your thoughts on the tag team? Like,
you know, so honestly, at the time I was young and a bit stubborn, and I think both Sabby and I, we made it work as best we could, but we also were both alphas that wanted the spotlight for ourselves, and so I think that hindered us just a little bit. And looking back on it, that's probably, I mean, I don't want to get over dramatic here, but it's probably the biggest regret of my career that I didn't work harder just to make that work, because I think we could have really had something
I was
special.
so behind that group, man.
Having said that, I don't want to make it sound all bad. Like, I had a great time with Sabby.
Oh, absolutely.
I look back on that time tagging with him very fondly. Like, that was a great time.
We're back, and on Saturday, August 3rd, we'll be live for WWE SummerSlam. So if you're looking for somebody to watch the biggest blockbuster party of the summer, We Are Wrestling, we will be doing a live watch along, and it's probably going to be the biggest party yet. Yeah. So every week here on the We Are Wrestling podcast, we do this thing called the Getting Put Over segment, where every week Ben and I, we alternate and we pick one past, present, or future superstar, and we put them over. Last week, I got the opportunity to put over Muhammad Hassan, and originally this week, Ben was going to pick Shawn Michaels, but with Ricky being here on the pod, we're going to wait until next week to put over Shawn, and that might actually be our main event because of how long it's going to be, probably. Oh, yeah. So, Ricky, who are we putting over this week?
Homicide.
Ooh.
We are putting over Homicide, and this was Ricky's request. Homicide, I know a lot about him. I know he did a lot with the independent circuit in the early days. He did stuff with Ring of Honor, and then, of course, I know him mostly from TNA when he was a part of the LAX group, him, Hernandez, and Conan.
Hey, Conan.
Homicide's an independent wrestling legend, a New York City wrestling legend. He's a Ring of Honor legend, former Ring of Honor world champion, former Ring of Honor tag team champion, and he's a former trios tournament winner with Ricky Ray. Whoa, Ricky Ray and Rocky Romero. He's also a TNA legend, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Tag team champion 4 times with Hernandez, the former X Division champion. He's had classic matches alongside Hernandez's LX with AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels.
2006, Bound for Glory. That was a good one.
And then he's had high profile and fire matches with the likes of Will Ospreay, John Moxley, Minoru Suzuki, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, CM Punk. The list goes on and on. But when you talk about New York City wrestling legends, independent wrestling legends, top 5 in both categories, Homicide should be in that top 5, whether it's 1 or 5. He should not be top 10 when it comes to New York City wrestling. Give that man his flowers while he is here. I've been following Homicide for a long...
Because we got a statue made of him right there. Homicide, baby.
No. No, Homicide is a wrestling legend. I wanted to put him over because, like, during the 2000s, the early 2000s, everybody knows who he is. But, like, after he left TNA and stuff, a lot of people forgot about him. I kept tabs on Homicide for years after that. And he was grinding in the independent circuit. He was making his name even higher.
Yeah, doesn't he like do? Hey, Ricky, doesn't he like do like a lot of stuff for House of Glory?
Yep, House of Glory. He's made some AEW. Like, give Homicide your number, he'll come through. Like, he's a very dependable guy too. My favorite Homicide match is probably him and to date, him and Amazing Red back for the X Division Championship several years ago.
Yeah,
rest in peace, Don West. By the way,
for me, man, like when it comes to like Homicide, my favorite match has got to be the LAX matches versus Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really pick one specifically. I just really enjoyed the rivalry, and I felt like they were just such a great heel tag team coming out in their own entrance and just hearing the ba ba ba.
My thing about Homicide too, you know why I relate to him so much? Because you guys know I'm a hip hop head. He likes a lot of hip hop too. Like, he's really into hip hop. And a lot of his theme songs are actually some hip hop songs. Like, and then I talked to Homicide. I think I talked to him once on Instagram. I talked to him about his knowledge of hip hop. We went back a little bit back and forth for like a minute. Then I'm like, yo, your hip hop knowledge is very good. And then he's a Latino. I'm like, because a lot of Latinos, they don't know hip hop like that. A lot of them do, but like not like that. And that's why Homicide. That's why I relate to him a lot, because he literally understands me, but then at the same time, he's also a wrestler. And his grind, nobody can tell me nothing about Homicide's grind. Because y'all say don't run away from the grind. He never did that. He stuck to his roots and kept his thing. I wish he was in WWE. I'm not gonna lie. I wish he went over there.
He was very talented during his time. Like, I'm surprised he never got an opportunity with them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the independent wrestling legend monarch that I just put on him, that should answer everything you need to know. A lot of guys are made for WWE, and they understand that at the end of the day. They're like, I want to make my own name outside of WWE. I don't need them. You get what I'm saying? And that's not disrespect. That's just showing that you can do it without getting to the big leagues like that. Respectfully. You can make your own name and rep.
So, Ben, from the little things that you like know about Homicide, is there anything you want to add to this?
Bro, I don't. That's the thing. I don't know shit about Homicide.
You never watched any of LAX?
Nope.
Dang, I got Ben speechless for once.
Nope.
Ben is never
nope.
speechless.
That's full of culture too, man. Like, that would, like, hearing everything that I just heard, though, that is a very cultural and colorful career. So it's definitely something to look into, though. Like, it's a rabbit hole to righteously fall down.
Him and Low Key, like, those were the guys. Like I said, when it comes to New York City wrestling, Homicide's name is mentioned a lot. You cannot go to any New York City wrestling fan that's underground like that, and they won't say Homicide's name at all. And if you do, I'm gonna be shocked by that.
Like,
He
here's
has
the
done
thing.
a lot of crazy shit.
Like, I didn't really get outside of WWE other than TNA. Like, I've been watching TNA since like 05, but like, I didn't like get outside of those two things except for Wrestling Society X for a little bit. I didn't get exposed really to like a lot of New Japan stuff until like maybe 2018. But I saw clips of like Kenny Omega. I think I saw like one clip of Ospreay. And I think it was like the one where he like was at the top rope and then he got like a Hurricane Rana and he got thrown, but he like landed on his fucking feet.
Ooh.
Like, I saw that shit. Like, that shit was like main character energy. Like, I saw clips from New Japan. Like, I saw the fucking headbutt around the world when it happened. Like, I saw that shit, but like, I didn't really get exposed to like a lot of like history and lore of shit until like the last like 5-6 years. So like, I didn't really like know about Homicide like that.
Yeah, Homicide, I haven't really like seen a lot of his stuff. Like Ricky was saying earlier with this getting put over, like after TNA, like I just felt like he kind of disappeared from like the bigger scene, even though he was still like doing stuff in the independent circuit.
Yeah.
And probably absolutely killing it. But I will say, Ben, highly recommend going down the LAX rabbit hole like during like the 2006.
Or just watch him in Amazing Red. Like, That was a solid match.
Oh,
It
even the
wasn't
X
long. That
Division
was a
matches
very
for
good match.
Homicide were
Watch him
great
in
too.
Amazing Grace. Watch him and John Moxley or Will Ospreay.
Ooh,
I recommend Minoru Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Homicide, Minoru Suzuki. I recommend watch him and Samoa Joe and CM Punk back in the Ring of Honor days.
Okay. All right.
Hey, if there's anybody that can get anybody to do some research, it's Ricky Knows Best, because at the end of the day, he knows what's best. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that this week we let you decide who we put over, because Homicide doesn't get talked about enough, and he definitely deserves to get put over here.
My original pick was Eddie Kingston, honestly.
Oh.
I told Donnie that, and then I just said, I let him ultimately decide. He said Homicide, so then I'm like, all right, cool. I was gonna say Eddie Kingston.
Like Eddie Kingston right now, he's like on a great run with AEW. I feel like there's a little bit more that he has in his career. Homicide, I feel like, has already reached like his ceiling in pro wrestling, which isn't a bad thing. He's had a very successful career, and for somebody that wasn't in WWE, he did accomplish a lot of things. So honestly, I love this, and I do hope that We Are Wrestling Maniacs that are listening to this who don't know who Homicide is, including Rage Circus, do the research, because it's worth it. Very talented guy.
Hell yeah.
But this week, we ended up putting over Homicide, and next week, we will be getting back to our regular program. Ben, are we still putting over Shawn Michaels, or do you want to put over somebody else?
No, we're doing Sean. We need some HBK.
I got Ben speechless for the first time with my put over.
That's right.
Every time I see him, he ain't speechless. So he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna have to pass on this one today."
Yeah, dude.
Hey, at least you're being honest though about it. There's a lot of people that would just bullshit.
There's a lot of fake fans out here, Ben.
There's a lot of fake fans out here. I respect that.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna fucking try and put somebody over or like say some fake shit and like pretend I know what's up. Like, no, dude, I didn't get exposed to the outskirts of like what's outside of WWE and TNA. And TNA I was still really splotchy, but like if there's somebody I need to look at, you know, like you shine a light on them, man. So like and that's what this segment's about, is just shining a light on people that have done great things that we may or may not know about, that we may need to take a look at. Because like, again, with, you know, I was actually just talking about you specifically today, Ricky, on the live. I was talking about the culture, and I was like, yeah, you know, like I have this friend Ricky who like is a very big wrestling fan. He knows the culture there. He's a really big hip hop dude, so like he knows the culture about shit. And I was talking about how you miss diamonds in the diamonds among diamonds on genres you don't check out. And I told, like, we've talked about it before. I was like, dude, well, one of these days, go down the metal culture, man. There is a lot of diamonds in there that you are fucking missing. And same thing pertains to wrestling. And that's why I made like an example, you know?
No, I've been doing the metal stuff like you talked about though. Like I'm multicultural, so I'm on whatever. I'm on whatever.
And that's the thing I love about the Getting Put Over segment, because there's always something you can learn about that professional wrestler. And that's what I love about this. But next week, we will be putting over HBK Shawn Michaels. I'm very excited about that. So now, with that being said, let's get into the main event topic for the We Are Wrestling podcast episode 117. AEW, they've just been making the news as of late. Ben's reaction says it all, but I think that this will be a good discussion.
Okay.
AEW has big plans for a stadium show. According to Fightful, AEW is planning to run a major event in the Dallas Arena in 2025. Do you think this is something AEW could pull off potentially?
Okay, so they may have lied about the numbers at Wembley, but if they can do Wembley and put on a solid show, even with all the shit that went down, there's a chance. I mean, it may be something a little unobtainable as of late with everything that has gone on, but they do Wembley. So I can't discard that, because Wembley's hard. That is a dream for musicians. It's a dream for artistic plays and like fucking filming. So if you can do Wembley, there's a chance for Dallas. There's a chance.
And the thing is that makes this so interesting to talk about is AEW, they struggle to pull in numbers for their weekly shows. And Dallas, if they can pull this off right here in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, fill it up with AEW fans, that is going to be massive for the promotion.
Fuck yeah.
And they have done it with Wembley, you're right. But now, Ricky, let's hear what you got to say about it.
Anything is possible. I mean, my opinion from the other day compared to now kind of changed a little bit because, like I said earlier, I want to give him the benefit of a doubt to make this happen, but I don't think Tony Khan can pull this off. And if he can, I'll apologize. I'll get on this camera and apologize right now. I was like, Tony Khan, I'm sorry. There's one thing you did yesterday that got me mad, but I'll apologize to you straight up, brother.
Fuck yeah.
So when it comes to AEW, could they pull this off? I'm like on the fence still. Like a part of me agrees with Ben, where it's impressive that they can pull the numbers that they pulled at Wembley. It doesn't matter if it was like 10,000 less than what they said. That is still 70,000. That is still more than 50,000 people watching All Elite Wrestling.
Yes.
And even this year, I think that they already sold about 50,000 seats. I don't know. I think it's not the same amount of numbers as the first one, but nothing's going to ever beat the first one.
No,
but the fact that they're still pulling in the big numbers, that's still very huge. And I think a lot of that has to do with it being outside the United States. But I love that the whole AEW all-in narrative has always been betting on yourself. And that is why, honestly, regardless the results, I think that this is a great, bold move for AEW to pull. Because they have not done a stadium show yet in the United States. Let's see if they can pull it off. Because let's go all the way back to 2018 when Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Hangman, and Marty Scurll had a vision. And that was All In. Meltzer told them, you can't sell out a 10,000-seat arena. What did they go out and do? Sell out a 10,000-seat arena. That was the very first All In. And then they go to Wembley. Let's see if we can friggin' sell out a UK stadium that is well known and famous.
Bro, how the fuck is anybody still fucking following Meltzer after that L? Like, how
that
the
old
fuck
geezer. That old geezer.
Either. I really don't know, Ben. All I know is Eric Bischoff's been putting him on blast lately, and I love it.
Good. Bischoff has a fucking brain nowadays, bro. It's like after WCW, he started slowly healing.
Good. I'm piggybacking.
Well, he did go to WWE, and he got to see the way things are supposed to be operated. So he definitely learned a lot. But I do think that them going to Dallas in 2025 is going to be huge. And I really hope that they do pull this off, but they really need to work on their television shows. The pay-per-views, they got it. Matchmaking, TK's got it. But when it comes to the storytelling and the storylines, they really do need to improve. I think the buildup for All In has been fantastic, but the reason why a lot of casual fans don't know that is because of the lack of consistency of good television. And that's why I don't blame guys like Ben or Cam or old school Phil not watching AEW Dynamite consistently because they're not putting on consistent television. Raw and SmackDown are way better shows than Dynamite in this time and age.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't blame people. I don't blame people for not tuning in. But as an AEW viewer, I can say the storylines have been, I think, a lot better than the previous months.
Well,
they
when
have
it comes
a long
to me,
way to go to Dallas, and I hope that they can pull it off. But they're really going to have some miracle. Like, I'm kind of with Ricky on that one. I don't think TK can pull it off like Wembley.
Yeah, with me though, when it comes to me with professional wrestling, might have difference of opinions here and there. But like you guys like the stories first. But then me, like maybe I'm from a different alternative sometimes. Because like when I watch the wrestling, I'm inclined. Like I know you need stories in wrestling, I get it. But when I'm watching matches, especially matches that are over 40 minutes, that pumps my blood up. Pause if necessary. Like that gets me going. I'm like this. Like they really putting effort into their matches right now and everything. Like, and every time I watch matches, like when I'm watching them, I'm like, and then after a certain minute mark or a certain moment in the match, that really gets me to the next level too. So then I'm like, oh, okay, now these guys are taking it to that level. Now they're going there with the match. So now I see what they're doing now. But when it comes to me, I'm the wrestling first guy. I'm sorry. The stories,
Dude,
I'm
there's
there
nothing to be
too,
sorry
but
about.
I'm with the stories too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm with the wrestling first. Like I already know you guys can tell stories, but like when it comes to getting in that ring, I got to see it too. I have to see it first.
And that's the thing that makes professional wrestling so entertaining and why we love this shit, because we all look at it from a different lens.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I love storytelling. I love reality television. And I think that's why I just love this business, because I grew up in a time where it was more reality based.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of old school guys like old school Phil. He grew up with the larger than life characters. And of course, with you, Ricky, you love the in-ring stuff. That's art to you. And when it comes to Ben, he also really enjoys a lot of
let me put it like this.
storytelling
Let me
because
put
he
it like
loves
this.
films.
Let me put it like this. Let me put it in hip hop terms. Let me metaphorically say this real quick. Because you already know, like when it comes to me, when I listen to hip hop, I like the effort. You see this? You see this stuff they doing today, right? This mumble rap and stuff, right? No effort into it.
Hate it.
But when you see this, like when I'm listening to hip hop, when I'm listening to guys that actually putting the effort in, that's how I look at it, like wrestling. Because when they're in the ring, they're taking it seriously for real. But when you see these guys making their music, the ones that are actually talented and really good like that, they're actually trying. But these mumble rappers are not. They're like, it's kind of like they're trying to go off of story or attention. But like, I got to see it in the ring first and foremost. I already know you can tell the story, but this is professional wrestling too, gentlemen. Like, you have to show it in the ring too.
And
like,
I think
you just can't act it. You got to show it in the ring.
And I think that's the thing. Like, we respect what these professional wrestlers are doing in the ring because they're putting their bodies on the line for our entertainment.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the reason why I love the storytelling aspect of professional wrestling is because when you're watching a fight, what fight are you going to be more invested in? Just two random guys going at it or a rivalry? There's a reason why, like, a lot of people right now in the boxing universe want to see Jake Paul versus KSI. They've had this beef on YouTube for years, and they just have that beef. So people would rather see that than Jake Paul fighting a random fighter. At the end of the day, rivalries, that's what makes iconic moments. And for me, I've always been a huge storytelling fan. That's why I love like dramas. That's why I love reality television. I love a story, a good story.
I respect it. I respect your opinion. Like I never not agree with somebody's opinion, but then
and that's the thing. Like, I agree with what you're saying too. With the
I gotta see it in the ring. That's just me though. That's just me. I don't know about you guys. I gotta see the art in the ring first. If you want me to be a official believer, I gotta see the wrestling first. Bro. Like, the stories are gonna come. Like, I'm a storyline guy too, but the wrestling has to back it up too. It's like a sequel to a movie too. Like, the wrestling has to back it up, bro. It's like Godfather 1, a classic. Godfather 2 was just as better, aka The Ring. Like, that's just how I see it. That's my opinion. You guys might have a difference of opinion.
I'm gonna
like
let
you just said.
Ben, I'm gonna let you take this to home base.
What am I taking to home base?
Just your final thoughts on all the things that we're talking about.
I got nothing. I got nothing. It's so much fucking AEW shit. I got nothing, bro.
Ben's brain is just fried with Tony Khan.
It's like fucking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Ben, I'm with you. Ben, I'm with you. After what? Ben, I'm 1,000% with you. After that stuff he did yesterday, I'm 1,000% with you, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna leave it as this. MJF is better than Will Ospreay. So,
get out of here. Cut it out.
We are wrestling maniacs out there. Let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on all the topics that we covered this week. Ricky, thank you for joining us this week on the We Are Wrestling podcast. We definitely got to do this more often.
Hell yeah.
Great time having us three just talk about pro wrestling. But if you guys enjoy this, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're listening to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel, where you get the free video version of the We Are Wrestling podcast, live watch-alongs, predictions, vlogs, everything pro wrestling. Hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description below. But the link's down in the description below. You can follow Ben and I over on our other YouTube channels. And you can go follow me, Ricky, and Ben on our social medias and all of our fun little adventures outside of here. All the links down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.